Hello, hello, hello. I think we are live. I have no way of knowing if anyone can actually hear me. Oh, I can hear myself. Fantastic. That's exactly what I want. Alright. What happens if I close this? Do I stop streaming? Or... Alright, maybe not. Alright, well, I guess we're going. Alright, welcome to another episode of Sealed Fate. I've been screwing around incessantly trying to figure out what exactly I'm supposed to be doing. I still don't have a good answer, but hey, here we are. What are you going to do about it? I should probably show stuff. Hey, these are my hands. Tonight I'm hoping to... Maybe I should move this over there and swap it? No, either way I'm looking off camera. So there's a lot of updates to my cube that are due. This is a foil pauper cube. And I have a ton of cards stacked up here that I need to start sorting and figure out what to go with. And hopefully I can actually get to the point where I make updates to aforementioned cube. So let's go ahead and I'm going to be logging into Cube Tutor. You can find the link to that in the description of the show here. All right, where to begin? All right, man, I'm so far off the map. I have so many cards that I don't even remember where I got them from. So here's an Uncaged Fury. Target creature gets instant. Target creature gets +1/+1 and gains double strike until end of turn. That's certainly something that I want to have go into my cube. It is already marked here, so I guess that is queued up and ready to go. So I'll just set that off to the side here. What else? Alright, here's a whole mess of random stuff I've got. Just kind of sitting out. So we've got a drag under. This is return target creature to its owner's hand, draw a card. Since it's sorcery speed, it's probably not going to make it into the cube. It's a very pretty card. I like it. But I feel like it would do well in the blue-red tempo deck, but I don't know. Remains to be seen here. Haze of Pollen. I mean, this is essentially a fog. It has cycling, which is cool, but that cycling is 3, which I think is just a little bit too high to really to make it shine in the cube. I'm not sure that I think I'm not going to really try to push for cycling payoffs. That's just a little too hard to make work and make valuable. Hey, this is a foil full art mountain. Pretty cool. That's just going to go in as one of the lands, so that's definitely in. Here's a hollow one. I guess I opened this at the pre-release. That is not pertinent to my cube. Going to put that over to the side. Same thing with the Fortune's Favor, Watchers of the Dead. Here's a bunch of random rares that I've opened recently. Ooh, Nimble Obstructionist. I should totally get rid of that. And Cut to Ribbons, another one. Cultivator of Blades, Multiform Wonder. Here's a bunch of random foils as well. I'm going to save sorting these fellows for another time. Alright. I wonder if this is doing what I think it's doing. Sorry, just taking a quick technical break to see what's up. Alright, looks like I'm still broadcasting. There was one message that was by me. Seems about right. Let me test the chat. Hey, it's showing up. Fantastic. Using my real name, which is super cool. What's not to love about that? Is there some way to pop out the analytics? I guess not. Alright. Just close that. Degrading the quality. Man, why does this thing not come into focus the way that I feel like it should? Quite vexing, I must say. Alright, what else do we have? Alright, here's something I got recently. This is a Simic growth chamber. So one of the things I'd really like to do for the cube is get all of the bounce lands instead of all 10 of those for the cube, which would, I think, just be fantastic. They all, I believe, have John Avon art, and they look amazing in foil. These have been reprinted several times, but and several times at foil in the master set, but because of the self-imposed rules that I have, I only want the original printing, or another printing if they ever get printed at Common again, but that doesn't seem likely these days. So it's kind of a pain. That being said, I picked this up from, what are they? Keep Fear Games at the Richmond GP. They gave me a great deal on it. I think it was like $5 for ostensibly a some play card, but it looks like it's in really good condition, and I'm pretty happy with it. So this is definitely going to go in once I get the full set of 10, but I'm not there yet. So right now it's right now the lands are the gain lands from the cons block, as well as, if I need them, the gates. But I'd really like to get these guys in there. All right, what else have we got floating around here? Oh wait, I have cards to open. That was the whole freaking point. All right, let me get through the stuff that is just kind of floatery, and then let's see what else we've got here. All right, we have a River Serpent. I think this is actually like a really fun card. I'd definitely like to try to find a home for this in the cube. Cycling, like I said, I don't think there's going to be cycling payoff cards, but if it's at all possible, I'd like to get something like this in. I think it helps the blue-black self-mill deck. It's an easy way to get a card in your graveyard if you want to use it for casting something that has Delve, or maybe this ends up being a finisher. So, and if you're self-milling, then it's more likely it's going to be able to attack. Hyena Pack, almost certainly not going to make it into the cube, but still some random foil that I picked up. I wish I remembered where I got these. I don't know if I opened these or I traded for them or I picked them up, but I'm just going to go ahead and make sure they get the loving sleeving that they deserve. What else we got here? Cackling Counterpart, Blade Slicer, Scavenging Ooze. These were the things that I opened from a Modern Masters draft I did. I have owned a Scavenging Ooze since the original printing, and didn't sell it then. Kind of wish I had, because it was worth like $40 for a while, and now they're like $5 or something. So these are just rando rares we're going to put over here. Grixis Slave Driver. What do we think about this? Okay, so this is a Modern Masters common. When it leaves the battlefield, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. It has Unearth for 3 and a black. And it's a 4/4 for 6. I don't know. Who would play this? I don't have any zombie synergies, so that's not really seeming like a viable option. Oh my gosh, focus. Alright, maybe that's focused. I feel like there should be some sort of sweet spot distance where you can actually read the card, but at least by my eyes, that is not happening. Hey, there you go. Alright, so Grixis Slave Driver. So what's cool about this? Well, green-black has got sort of a morbid theme, where you can, or maybe aristocrats, if that's what you want to call it, where you're sacking your own creatures. So this would be good in that. In a self-mill strategy, it kind of fits in because it ends up in the graveyard and then you can unearth it for value, but I feel like it's just maybe a little too slow. So this is going to be a maybe. Go ahead and sleeve that up. Alright, I'll save that for a minute later. Here's an Azorius Signet that I think was just in my pool, so here it is. That's an uncommon, so it doesn't rate cube status. Here's a Call of the Conclave, which is a pretty decent card. You know, puts a 3/3 into play on turn 2 potentially, which is pretty powerful. However, I'm pretty sure, and I do want to like have a strong multicolor theme in my cube. That being said, I think I already have one of these. No, I don't. Score. All right, so this is almost certainly getting in there. Currently, the green-white in the cube is a is like an hexproof enchantments kind of a archetype, which I'm not so crazy about because it doesn't really seem fair. Like nobody else can effectively interact with it, and so if it gets the right cards in the right order, nobody can really stop it, which isn't fair. Here's a Serum Visions, Mortician Beetle. I straight up gotta get one of those. Orzhov Signet, Guildgate, Giant Baiting. Alright, so these are just rando cards that are not of any particular import. Talon Trooper. And Barrel Arm, right? So that's a fun card. Seagate Oracle, Harmonize. Set that aside. Oh, Missionary. Did I pick up one of these? I need one of these for the cube. This is a fantastic card. Obviously, this isn't a foil, so it doesn't rate. Golgari Rotworm, pretty sure I already have that. Signet, Nighthawk, Spectacle, Solider. I guess, hey, this is now turned into, this is what my deck looked like. I was running like a blue-black thing. Gifted Rosette, Oh, hey, Urban Evolution. Don't actually have a need for you, but since you're a foil, I will make at least a perfunctory attempt at preserving your quality. So you get a sleeve. You don't get one of my nice sleeves. You get this thing. All right. Where was I putting these bustas? All right, over there. What else have we got? A whole bunch of stuff that appears stuck. Alright. Alright. These boxes over there. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Alright, here's a sensor. This is some random foil that I don't think I care about. What do we got over here? Renegade Rallier, not a common. Hey, Traveler's Amulet. I think I actually opened this at FNM. This is a great card. I already have one. I might like this printing better. I can't remember what the other one is. So that might get swapped in. We'll see. Backwoods Survivalist. I for sure bought this for like 25 cents or something. And I cannot remember if I own it already. So let's check that back. Yeah, I already have one of these. So great. It's a dupe. Fantastic. Somber Hoverguard. Did I already have one of these? Because I definitely just bought this fellow. Focus. I keep getting Somber Vald cards from Innistrad here. Ember Beast. I should be showing this. No. Alright, yeah, this is a new card for me. Alright, sweet. Olivia, Mobilize for War. This is an EDH card that I picked up because I had store credit and I gotta use it. Same thing for Drana. Floodwaters is a card that maybe gets in there. Probably not. Cycling, of course, super powerful, but I'm not putting in any. I don't have any plans to put in any payoff cards because they, you know, it just felt too narrow to me. I don't know. Maybe if I get like a critical mass or something. These are things I plan to add. These are things that's for sure a dupe. Yeah. Traveler's Amulet, also for sure a dupe. Alright. What do we got over here? Who I don't think are. Why am I stacking them up? Behold my beautiful foils. Just look at them. So far of these, I'm most excited about this Simic Growth Chamber, even though for sure that doesn't rate. Some of our Hover Guard probably isn't going to make it in either. Seems like a good card, but I don't straight up have like artifact synergies yet. Call of the Conclave probably will. See if we can't make that happen. Reverse Engineer. Ooh, Heb the Worthy. I should probably sell this if it's worth anything. Because he's a foil. Front. Alright, so you guys. Reverse Engineer. That's got to be an uncommon, right? Yeah. Doing that one. Frontline Devastator. I really like this card. This is a good draft card. It fits into just sort of like any archetype. It doesn't, 3/3 for 4 is fine. The Afflict 2 means it's pretty aggressive. And then, it's got the pseudo fire breathing. So, you can force trades and get in for at least some damage. So it's a pretty good card. I've been pretty happy with it. So there's a decent chance that this ends up replacing something. So I like that. Brute Strength, already had one of these. Kind of like the other art a little bit better, but it's not a bad card. Kenra Eternal, this is almost certainly making it in 2, because I think I have a plain 2/2 for 2 in black in the cube, and the Afflict 1 I think is just a better deal all around. Mystical Teachings, this is another card I picked up for a great price from the Cape Fear Games at that GP I went to. This one a little more noticeably bent. They gave me a fair price on it, so I can't complain. And this is an interesting card. I guess it's, I don't know. Well, I kind of want to play it because it seems powerful. I don't really know, but try to find a place for it in the deck, in the cube. Here's Marin that I have for EDH purposes. You go with my EDH pile over here. What else we got? Hey, Lone Missionary. This is totally a card that I purchased for 50 cents. I'm super psyched about that. And this is definitely, I think, warrants a spot in the cube. It fits right into like a white aggro strategy. It messes up life for a lot of other strategies. So I think this is definitely likely to be in. So let me. All right, these are probably all right. You guys are out. You're a maybe if I can find room. Maybes. All right. Let's start organizing this. This is stuff I want to definitely try to find a spot for. This is maybe. This is probably not. Maybe pile. Probably not, just because I don't have the rest of the set yet. Probably not. Maybe, probably not. Probably not. And you're certainly going in, but that's different because you're a land. Okay. Shimmering Grotto, some pretty fixing here. This is functionally identical cards to this have been printed numerous times. This is one more of them, but it's pretty and I like it. And I think we're gonna try to find room for that in the cube. Sylvan Ranger, which I'm going to search your library for a basic land card. I don't know that this particularly goes into any archetype. Technically, I guess it's a 2-for-1, but you're only, I don't know, doesn't put the land into play. You're a maybe. Parasitic Strix. It's a little curved. It's marked as SP. Did we spend $1 on this? That seems unlikely. But maybe I did. I don't know. Yeah, so that's a decent card. 2/2 flying. There's maybe a way to. This is a maybe. Soul Stinger. This is a bananas card, and I think this should go in. It makes for some very interesting game states. I really hate playing against it because I feel like no matter what happens, I'm screwed. you know, you get to ask all these questions of yourself, like, do you put on another creature and then you have this 4/5, or do you put on Soul Stinger and then try to get it killed? So that it leads to some interesting game states, and I think it's an interesting card. So I'm going to try and make that happen. There's another card that I think is pretty cool, Supernatural Stamina. So this is doing a lot of weird things. So till end of turn, target creature gets +2/+0 and gains. When this creature dies, return it to the battlefield tapped under its owner's control. So it can take out another creature as a combat trick, but then the best part is, like, it's not just saying grants indestructible or prevent all damage. It potentially actually gets another ETB effect. So with some of the things that have enter the battlefield effects, this gets pretty bananas. So for instance, Parasitic Strix, you would trigger that again. So, in a blue-black deck, you play Parasitic Strix, hopefully it triggers, that's a 4-point life swing, and then they're like, oh, I gotta kill this flyer, so they lightning bolt it, and in response, bam, that's another 4 points. So I'm gonna try and find a spot for that. Wasteland Scorpion. I have a huge soft spot in my heart for Death Touch. I think I like it because I guess I like just getting value from my small creatures. And plus the cycling on this, so later on when a 2/2 doesn't cut its weight, you can just toss it. That's pretty good. So this is not a flashy card, but one I'm going to try and include. I think I already have something with Death Touch in there, so that might help me swap it out. There's a Talon Trooper. That art. Those weird owl eyes. I don't know. Blue-white is just desperately in need of playables in the cube, so that's almost certainly going in because it's under-repped. Stinging Shot. So green is my favorite single color, and Stinging Shot is exactly the kind of card that I'm partial to for throwing into the queue because it's so broken. Green killed target flyer basically, like, is bananas, and then it's got the cycling on it as an added clause. I mean, the card probably shouldn't go into the queue because it does too much. It's too versatile, but doesn't mean I'm not going to try. Boop. There you go. Benefaction of Ronus. This card, I keep trying to play it, and it keeps just being kind of meh for me. I guess this would slot very well into the green-white archetype because it's all based on hexproof creatures and enchantments, so you could grab 2. This is probably not going to make it in, though. I think effects like that are fairly common, too. Alright. And last in this random pile O card, we've got Manticore of the Gauntlet. When it enters the battlefield, put a -1/- counter on target creature you control, and it deals 3 damage to target opponent. It is a fine card. I mean, 5 drops, you only need so many of them, but it's decent. It's not one of my favorite cards from the set, although it does provide reach, which is nice. But I've got enough burn in the set. This isn't. Who am I kidding? You're not making it in. Sorry, Manticore. Not unless Manticore Tribal starts making waves. So as you can see, I've got way more cards than I'm probably going to make it into the cube, but here we go. All right. I usually try to keep track of where these cards came from, but probably these aren't. And I feel like it's really boring if people just sit around while I type these in. So maybe I'm just going to go ahead and grab the cards that I bought online and go ahead and start opening those. And then if people want to stick around while I start doing some data entry and discuss what actually warrants inclusion, you're welcome to do so. But probably, unboxing is what the kids today love, right? All right, let me go grab those things. I'll be right back. Since I'm taking a little pause here anyway, in my monotonous monologue. Ooh, water. Where'd I put my water? I should have gotten that too. Hold on a second. Is there a way for me to see anyone has logged in and watched me do this, waste their time? Messages a minute. What? 0 people watching now. Sounds about right. And yep, I guess you can see that. Is it showing? It says I'm live. Peace. I'm putting up my hand. I'm doing things. Is it showing up? Alright. Oh. What is the delay going on here? Oh man, it is kind of delayed. Alright, well, it's showing it. So, I guess that's a thing. Why is it orange? Stream health, what is going on? Okay, viewers may be experiencing minor issues. Alright. Well, I can't fix that. I'm in a basement. I'm doing this 27 minutes. Nice. Somebody's watching. Hello, person watching. And probably soon to be goodbye. Alright. Well, let's get to it. Alright, before I bring these things on camera, I'm going to go ahead and cover up my address because I don't really need randos showing up at my house here. In fact, what do we got in this pile? I get a card to use that. Yeah, here we go. Bird Shaman. And what else was it? Sinuous Run. There we go. Alright, and cool. Alright, so I got 2 packages that I ordered online. The first, it was actually one order from TCG Player, and I did this a couple months ago, and I've just been really lazy about opening it. So this is around April 28th. So yeah, hopefully the orders are correct because I don't know what I can do about it. At this point. Yes, TCG Player has periodically like cashback sales, and so every couple of months I try to just go through and pick up a few of the foil commons that I'm missing because it's an easy way for me to, most people aren't bringing foil commons to trade, and so I'll put it in order for around $10 and just get a whole bunch of, just knock a whole bunch of them out, usually from whatever set or sets are rotating out at that point. So this shipment actually, using the card optimizer on that thing is like kind of a pain too. It's hard to get that to work right. But at any rate, because it's like you're trying to maximize your cost, but you want everything to be foil. But for me, it's like I want it to be an actual common printing, so it doesn't work as well as I would like. But overall, it saves me money, so I'm going to keep using their site. So this one actually got broken down into 2 shipments. So let's go ahead and we'll start with the smaller one, just to get that out of the way. So this comes to us from Match Play, based out of Conroe, Texas. So, it's your standard envelope packaging, which is kind of what I would expect here. I don't think I ordered a whole lot of cards, and so and it feels like it's supported, and there was no obvious damage to the envelope, which is good. So I'm gonna take this out, and toss that aside, and quietly remove the shipping. It's got my address on it. All right. So what are we dealing with here? So this should have. What did I order? What is wrong with me? This is why we spend money. Oh yeah. All right. What do we got? Boom. Orzhov Cluestone. Why would I want an Orzhov Cluestone? Because I've got almost all the rest of them, and it bugs me because I'm very much a Melvin at heart, and I like my cycles to be complete. So this was well and fairly packed. It's 3 cards. They use the top loader. I forget what it's called. Everybody else is just jammed into a penny sleeve together. They didn't really fall out or anything, and then it was on this. So, that's fine. I feel like they're losing money on this transaction. So, I'm okay with that. These were all supposed to be near mint. So most of the time, TCG Player is pretty good about that. It's from them. Leon and Bola is actually looking pretty good at near mint, which is nice. This Cluestone looks fine. This one looks a little beat up. I'm not super picky about condition usually. Like, the biggest issue is, are they warping? None of these seem to be, which is nice because they've been sitting around my house for a while. So, we'll take it. We'll take it. As for if these things make it in, probably not the Cluestones. I don't think that this was mostly done just for completeness' sake in case I decide to include them in the future. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't really see that happening. I really want to put Leon and Bola in it. It doesn't seem like it's that good. But according to LSV, it's like this broken piece of equipment. He was talking about that on Limited Resources one time. So I was like, all right, let's do it. It's a common. So it basically turns all of your creatures into pay 1, tap target creature, which is actually, when you think about it, pretty insane. So I think this would work well in, I don't know, kind of any deck, really. I don't know who wouldn't want this. It seems really good in the white-red go wide kind of a strategy too, because they're going to have a lot of creatures, and so ostensibly they can just sort of use some of their more disposable ones to tap down any would-be blockers on the opponent's side. So, all right, thanks for doing business. Matchplay, matchplayonline.com. Let me fold this up so you can see their logo and not my home address. So, yeah, thank you, Matchplay Online. I appreciate the transaction. All right, next is from TCG Player Direct. This was shipped to me in first class. Fancy little blue thing. This is pretty heavy. It feels like there's a VHS tape inside of material, which is showing my age here. What's that? So yeah, let's go ahead and crack this open. All right. What do we got in here? Put that to the side. Get the order summary out of the way. Alright, so there's like a ton of cards in here. They've been shipped in 2 self-contained packages here, using like a larger sleeve that's been taped down. It seems pretty secure, and they're supported with a top loader and then just like a bunch of cards smushed on top. So we'll go ahead. Oh, these appear to be in alphabetical order. Oh, this is who it's from. These are the sellers. I was like, that is 80 Crossroads. That's not a card that I ordered. Right, this is who it's from, and here's the order details. So I'm not going to give word. All right, well, here's shout outs to everybody who contributed to my order. screen cap it, life goes on. Yeah, they spent about $12 on this for 60 cards. Alright, here's the list. What? What is it? Code, I have no idea what Q, R, and S means, T and U. In terms of quality. Or, I don't know what that means, actually. Alright, we're going to go in order, make sure, just in case something got skipped. And I should be showing you guys this. Sorry, this is the best part. Alright. No new magic card smell. Man, I feel like kind of a chump for making the chat so big because ain't nobody chatting me. Don't know why I thought they would. Tossing the refuse aside. Alright, what do we got here? Aegis Automaton. Return another target creature you control to its owner's hand. Love the ability. 2 mana for an 0/3 with a 5 mana activated. A bit cost. I just don't see that happening. Like I love you, baby, but I don't think you're going in the cube. The activated ability is too hard, and too many things are just going to like run right over you. If it was maybe an 0/4 or an 0/5, there'd be more of an opportunity here, but I just don't see that happening. Augmenting Automaton. Cards like this are kind of a pain, actually. You know, it's an artifact, it's a 1-drop. Ostensibly the black-red deck is supposed to be like very aggro-y, so maybe there's a chance this makes it. We'll see. Bastion Inventor. I think this is just a really neat card. I don't know if I have enough critical mass of artifacts to make this work, but you know, 4/4 for hexproof can do a lot of damage. So I think this is something I'm going to try and make work. It's definitely the sort of thing too where you start to be like, well, maybe I should kind of push more for like is a blue-white sub-theme. Like I think that's probably what lends itself to it the best. Right now, blue-white is predominantly like self-bounce, I guess, and so maybe I don't know if there's enough to sustain that. Because plus now we've got Bastion Inventor, as well as Parasitic Strix, and where did you go? Somber Hoverguard, if we wanted to put that in. I mean, that's the makings of some decent blue cards there. Caught in the Brights, enchanted creature can't attack or block. When a vehicle you control attacks, exile enchanted creature. I don't know if I have enough vehicles to make this worthwhile, but if I end up with a lot of vehicles, I think this definitely warrants a place in the queue because it's hilarious. So you're in the maybe pile. Chandra's Revolution deals 4 damage to target creature, tap target land. This is interesting. It's playing with an interesting space in red. I don't know if this makes it. It doesn't hit players. I don't know, but I want land destruction to be a thing, and maybe land, you know, delaying is the closest I'm going to get, so maybe I should just take it. I don't know. Daring Demolition, destroy target creature or vehicle. Vehicles end up being more of a thing in the cube. This is probably going to find its way in. Dawn Feather Eagle. When it enters the battlefield, creatures you control get +1/+1 and gain vigilance until end of turn. That is busted, especially if I start putting some exert creatures in, which, spoiler alert, I am going to. And it's flying. This warrants a place in the queue, for sure. So I'm going to try and make that happen. Destructive Tampering. Destroy target artifact. Creatures without flying can't block this turn. You know, this is a good finisher for a red aggressive deck, which red-white and red-black are. The destroy target artifact, it's nice to have the option, I guess. You know, modal cards tend to be good. We'll see if artifacts start showing up more, especially, you know, if I start putting vehicles become more of a thing in my cube. Boring. You're a no. Iron Tread Crusher. Right now, at least, vehicles are so fun that I for sure want to put this in the cube. So I think this is going to have a place for sure. Let me adjust this just a little bit. I'm going to be sitting down. Might as well try to give a little better view. There we go. Crew 3 is high, but it's a 6-6, and there's only so many vehicles that come in, so we take what we can get. So I'm going to try and make that happen. Whenever Mobile Garrison is a 3-4 for 3, Crew 2, whenever it attacks, untap another target artifact or creature you control. Maybe that's a more likely one than Iron Tread Crusher. So we'll put you in. You go down to maybe. Renegade Map. Sacrifice it, search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. How do we feel about you versus Traveler's Amulet? Traveler's Amulet. For basic land card, we put into your hand, then shuffle your library. This, you can't use it the turn. So if you play this on 1, you're using up mana on 1. You have 1 mana left over on turn 1. They're pretty similar. Pretty similar. I like fixing. I don't know. This might just come down to which art do I like better. Alright, you're both in the maybe pile for right now. Alright, am I missing anything so far? Aegis, Augmenting, Bastion, Caught, Chandra's already down. Dawn Feather, Destructive Temple, Finest Iron Tread, Mobile Garrison, Renegade Map. Oh, Sweatworks Brawler. 3/3 Menace. For 3 is good. Causes trouble. I don't know if the deck, like either the red-black or red-white aggressive decks are going to have enough artifacts to make the improvise really a thing, though. Maybe. But the Menace is good. Universal Solvent. Love cards like this. Just colorless ways to destroy anything. It's pretty useful. It seems fun. So that's also a maybe. I'm such a sucker. Like I said, green's my favorite color. I love +1/+1 counters. So this is definitely something I want to try and find a home for in the cube, although just realistically, I have a hard time seeing that happening. Same thing with Watchful Automaton. Well, no, not same thing. I don't have this sort of emotional connection to it. But, you know, Scrying is probably one of the more powerful abilities from this cycle. So it has a chance, I guess. Welder Automaton. I feel like this is one of the best of the cycle of these, actually, because you know, a 2/1 for 2 in red, air quotes, is fine, and it you know, the ability to just be like, well, you're screwed, man. Like this is gonna close out the game on you unless you do something about it. So you got to deal with it. The other nice thing too is I have a bunch of the voting cards and the Monarch cards that currently aren't in the queue, but at some point like could be swapped in if we wanted to go like full on multiplayer. And so in that case, the 1 damage to each opponent thing becomes a lot more relevant. So in a multiplayer game, this would for sure come in, I think. Gain control of target creature with power 4 or less until end of turn. Untap that creature, it gains haste until end of turn. I like this as an interesting design space. I like threaten effects, especially with sack outlets, if those are around. Power 4 or less is honestly like probably not that big a deal. Like, what are you stealing? You know, like you don't get anything with 5 or more power, but if you know, sometimes it's just enough to remove a blocker is sufficient. You know, or if you know a lot of flyers in the cube. You know, if you grab like a 3/3 flyer, that's money right there. So I'm gonna try and make you happen. Dund Operative. I like this card. I liked it a lot more, and I thought for sure it was an inclusion, but I think Kenra Eternal is actually going to kick it out of the running here. I don't know if I can afford to run both, so we'll have to see. Gear Seeker sort of... Now, this is what I'm talking about. Like, this is the kind of thing that I think is just awesome. Like, it's, you know, because the casting cost is so high, you Yeah, if you're gonna do affinity for artifacts, this is the way to do it. Make it unblockable. Like it's such a huge smashing thing, and even if you only have like 1 or 2 artifacts, I mean, you're still getting your money's worth of it. So I want you to go in. Glint Sleeve Artisan is just freaking broken. Like a 3/3 for 3 in white is just great. You have the option if you want to fabricate out a thing. So that's just whatever. That's too good. Meh. You know, it goes well, I guess, in the in anything that's like trying to sacrifice creatures for value. 3/2 hits early. Later on can pump something. You're a strong maybe. Sure. I like the green version. Color Pioneer always underwhelms me in limited, but you kind of always ended up playing it. I think we probably just have better stuff. Self-assembler, I already poo-pooed any of the other assembly workers. Besides, since this is a singleton cube, you're never really going to have so many that you're like, you live the dream of just chaining them. But in case they ever print a broken assembly worker at common, I got it covered. Sky Skip. Now this is like easy money vehicle to run. So you're in. Subtle Strike. This is so good. This is so good. This is, I forget the name of the card. There's a double black card that does something very similar, except for the +1/+1 isn't permanent via counter. So this is totally going to swap that out. Take down, 4 damage to target creature with flying, 1 damage to each creature with flying. This is good, but I think I just like the Stinging Shot better, so you're probably not coming in. Tidy Conclusion. This seems good. It's an instant. I forget what kind of high-end removal I'm running right now, because really black gets so many of the I'm running. I don't have a Terror. I gotta get a Terror. Terrors. I know exactly which printing I want to. Like the scare. I love the original Ron Spencer one. One of my favorite card arts ever. But I think the one I want to get is there's a foil printing of it from 10th edition, I want to say, or X 10th. Yeah, that was 10th. And it's like the the muscle jumping out of the skin and the bones jumping out of the muscle, and it's just like utterly horrifying. So that's the printing I want in foil. So I'm gonna try and pick up one of those because I don't think the Ron Spencer one you can get in foil. If I'm wrong, I would totally take that. Yeah, this is a maybe. This is a maybe. Welding Sparks. Yeah, again a maybe. Holdout Settlement. I like this. I'm a sucker for lands. I love lands. They basically just reprinted this now, except for it's a desert with a name that's almost identical to it. So probably this is going to get tossed for the desert version, but we'll see. Then I was trying to finish out my cycles of banners, clue stones, and obelisks. So hopefully I did that now. Alright, so that was half of it. Wrangle, Domes, Gear Seeker, Glint Sleeve, Lawless, Propeller, Self-Assembler, Sniss, Strike, Take Down, just kind of do Obelisk of Grixis, Obelisk of Zund. Yep, that was the first little package. We're on to the second. What that is. Mysterious. If I angle this just a little bit, you can see me like holding the cards up. But the thing is in the background, so it looks kind of janky. So TCG players, no joke. I mean, all these things look to be near mint as advertised. I had I had one card that they said was, I forget what level, but it was like definitely not that it was definitely not that. And that was kind of disappointing, but that only happened once, so I'm very happy. All right, what do we got here? All right. So looking at a Rally the Peasants. So this is for sure making it into the cube. Like this has to. I mean, this is exactly what Red-White wants to do. I mean, it's a go wide aggro strategy. So this getting reprinted at common is just perfect for my cube. So this has to go in. I don't know how it doesn't. Agony Wart is just like a value card, you know. You can pretty. It's not unrealistic to think you can get a 2-for-1 off of this, so I'm willing to put it in. But it's probably not going to make it. I don't know. It's not on theme for anything. It's just good. So we'll see. You're in the maybe pile. Do I need to? I'm going to start another maybe column here. All right, you're just off the. You're out of here. Bloop. Alright, just stack it up. Stack it up, stack it in. Let me begin. That's very reflective. I have no idea how to make this look good. Like, it's so... The overhead lighting is just like the worst for this. Alright, what do we got here? Arrakis web. Yeah, that's interesting. Green doesn't get a whole lot of removal. This is via enchantment. That being said, I feel like the fight cards are just better and more on point with what green wants to do. So, Augur of Bolas, you can reveal it consider sorcery. Yeah, this I think goes in. If I can make it happen. Oh, shoot. I thought I had a Call of the Conclave, and it's because I bought one. Okay. Let's see, Augur Bolas. So blue-red is trying to be very spells matter. That's what that archetype is doing in my cube. And then, probably blue-black would take something like this too. So. A likely conclusion. I'm going to try. Burning Tree Emissary. This is such an interesting card, potentially like explosive starts. That being said, green-red is kind of like a monster strategy, and I'm not sure that this is exactly what they want to be doing. But, I mean, this could enable, like in a aggressive red deck, some pretty banana stuff. Why, oh why, are you not coming to focus? There we go. Hey, sweet. So Burning Tree Emissary. I'm going to try and make that happen. Call the Conclave. I don't need to. Shoot. Why does this happen? Delirium Skins. That's a maybe. I don't know. It seems powerful and interesting, so... But, I don't know. There's other stuff you can do. Like, just make your opponent discard 2 cards. So, yeah, you're probably not. Eyes in the Sky... Probably not. Falcon Wrath Noble. Yeah, I like this. This is such a neat effect. You're in. Forbidden Alchemy. This is your graveyard. Yeah, that's so good. See, so Forbidden Alchemy versus Mystical Teachings, right? Like, who's Mystical Teachings? Oh wait, that's like finding a sorcery. You could find Forbidden Alchemy. Who wouldn't want to do that? Alright. Sorry if that was really loud. I can't tell. I don't hear anything. So Ghostly Flicker. This I think is good. This warrants it because it's blue-white is kind of the flicker theme is what I'm going for there. So I'm gonna try to make that a thing. Gift of Orzhova. This I think goes in just based off art alone, right? Black-white. Orzhov is kind of, the archetype is kind of like just grind you out. And this does kind of fit into that by giving something lifelink and flying. So it just turns anything into a problem. And I mean, just look at the art. Like, look at that. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful card. Why are you in here? Meh. Very meh. Why are you in here? Yes. Yeah. Is this good? It doesn't seem good, but then it also seems like the kind of card that I would like really misevaluate because it creates these tokens and things. So maybe I should put it in. No, maybe. Core Hookmaster. This definitely is something that I want to go in. I mean, I feel like this fits really well into a aggro white deck. Lone Missionary. Hey, I have one. Fantastic. You're in. Do I have two? Oh, I already... Jeez, why do I do that? Man, come on, dude. Yes. Should be in better condition. Alright, you're out. You're in. Mod Flunkies. I feel like I already own this card too. Anyway, it fits into whatever deck I'm trying to do. So you're in. Momentary Blink. This is again right bread and butter of the Blink deck. So try to make that happen. Mortuary Beetle. Cool. Mortician Beetle, I mean. What I call Mortuary Beetle. This is going. I want to try and put this in because it fits into the green-red Morbid deck. Mudbottom Torch Runner. It seems decent. I don't know if it's a lightning bolt on a stick. I mean, I guess if they have a wall, that's a problem. Maybe. Inevitability is always nice. You're maybe. Seagate Oracle. This is good. Yeah, especially in the Blink deck. See, this versus Augur Bolus, right? Where are we at on you? How do we feel about this? I think I like Seagate Oracle better. It costs less, though. Tough decisions. Also, super annoying that it doesn't focus well. I think I like Seagate Oracle better. Thunderous Wrath. I mean, look, it's a miracle card. It's busted. They're going in. Oh, these guys. Yes, these were important. So these are super important for the archetype that I'm trying to make happen. So blue-red spells matter, and we Dragonauts are clutch for that. Whenever you play an instant or sorcery, it gets +2/+0 until end of turn. And likewise, Kiln Fiend is sort of the poster child for that. So whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, it gets +3/+0. So we're in business here. Those are for sure going in. So I think these are all the rando foils that I had sitting around in need of some decision making. I might have some more that I bought recently. Let me check. Trade binder. Got a Kalitas recently. It's going in the EDH pile from my vampire deck. Not seeing anything else in here. This is not good television, guys. Sorry. What do we got? Hey, there were some rando things. I think somebody gave me this. Dutiful Servants. So, you're no way are you making into my cube, but thanks for the card. Alright. Anything else in here that's foily? No, I think this is just my draft deck from last week. Ah, River Hoopoe. Fun card. Another Renegade Rallier. Give this man a sleeve. Or dude. And yeah. That deck was sweet though. It was like this blue-green aggro deck. Did not think it was going to be a thing, but then it turned out it was kind of a thing. Alright, back in pit to go. Alright, so unfortunately, before I can, in earnest, start updating the cube, I need to update Deckbox and Cube Tutor, because otherwise, because I need to really track my cube on Cube Tutor, and yeah, it's just a pain. I guess I don't need to update Deckbox if I just add everything to Cube Tutor. I'm just gonna do it now. This is gonna be super boring, but since no one's watching me, I guess I don't care. So, you're welcome to hang out while I do this. Sorry. Hashtag not sorry. So let's at least kind of cue this up. All of these other sources. Actually, why am I even looking at the cards? It's probably just easier if I go off of the list here, albeit much less interesting. Now I'm all confused because I have to differentiate between the cards that I got from them and the cards that I picked up through other methods. Alright. I can do this. This isn't a problem. Splitting everybody into 2 piles. Welding Sparks. Version takedown stuff. All of you were from purchasing that I made. You were already opened, purchased. This is TCG player pile. This is TCG player, not TCG player. Don't know. Okay. Alright. And not. I think not, yeah. Not. TCG player for all these. And TCG. Yeah, these are all TCG player. All these TCG player? I guess those are the ones that are dupes, but other than that, yeah, I think everybody in the for sure pile is TCG. Except for those. Yeah, alright, we're good. There's a third card. Oh, it's Damnation, that's right. Alright, cool. Alright. Oh man, I already had a Welding Sparks. Well, I got another one. This happens. I see why people put music on their streams. This is like boring, even to me. I have pretty high tolerance for boredom. Ooh, we should do a test sometime to see which Planeswalker has the most cards with their name in it. My guess is it's Chandra. Ironshred Crusher, Mobile Garrison. A lot of cards started with Renegade. Just entering cards. I'm almost done. Well, not really. I'm almost on the first page. What just happened? Alright, holdout settlement made it in. Great. This guy Banner going in. Rule. Man, it is like uncomfortable as hell to type at this level. Let me try standing up. So even though my headphones are like cause a little, it's still kind of better actually. What's the last thing I put in? Rule Cluestone. Obelisk of Grixis. It's gotta be Alara printing. Obelisk of Jund. Sweet. TCG player for 1 of 2. Save. Alright, list. Edit list. Add in some cards. Rally the peasants from the EMA printing. Cool. Agony Warp from the Masters 3 printing, I think. Arachnus Web. Masters 3. Augur of Augur and Augur are 2 different words. Bolus and Burn Tree Emissary. Call of Play. 3. Delirium. Skins Eyes in the Skies. It was a card I originally despised, but came around on. Falcon Wrath Noble. More like Falcon Wrath Nibble, because he's nibbling on your dead guys. Just add it. Oh no, don't add it twice. I'm getting punished for my pun. Alright, Falcon Wrath Noble. For Forbidden Alchemy. More like Forbidden Archenemy of Losing. That was pretty bad. Ghostly Flicker. That's illegal in most states in the South. Gift of Orzhova. Orzhova. Where is it? It's Orzhova there. And we're Lancer. It just got added twice, and I don't have a good joke for it. I don't have a good joke for any of these. Not even that. Lancer. Cathari. Bomber. Why do so many of these cards end in Like, it's just, I want the same joke over and over again. Bomber, barely newer. Let's be fair. That's not a good joke anymore. At least not when it's that straightforward. Core Hookmaster. It's gonna hooked on that card. How many of those that I just had because it was freaking out. For Hookmaster, Lone Missionary is in position to be added. And Mug. Flunkies. No one ever says I'm going to be a flunky when I grow up. And moment, don't want to miss this one. It's Momentary Blink. And Mortician Beetle, named after the wife in the Addams Family. Mud Button Torch Runner, kind of card that you see heading to the bathroom. Scorched Rusalka has put on art, if I'm being honest. Seagate Oracle loves looking at cards. Do I have an MM3 printing? I don't even remember. I should look that up. He likes looking at cards because, you know, look at 2 cards. It's a secret. See. Wait, what printing was it? Yeah, M3. I should have known. I think it's actually telling me that here on the list. I'm just too stupid to realize it. Thunderous Wrath is really misnamed because it can really only hit 1 creature, so that's kind of not a good name. Dragonauts is a fun card, and Kiln Fiend is definitely a card that I feel buddy with. All right, got there. Let's see. He's end up in here twice. Nope. Great title. Over there. 2 of 2. Saving it. Fantastic. And what else needs to get added here? Refresh you. Alright, let's add these guys that I added. That I bought real quick. We got Mystical Teachings, which is a card I'm going to have to figure out how to... I'm going to have to learn how to use. And Simic Growth Chamber, which is going to have to go to its room for a while until I get its buddies. So, bought from Field Games at GP Richmond. Save. Nope, screwed up. List, edit list. Okay, dupes. Dupes, I don't think you would dupe. Alright. Let's get some of these great cards registered. Now we're doing it. Alright, what do we got? We've got a faction of Ronas I find does not meet my satisfaction. So it's not going to be in the queue. Sylvan Ranger is just beneath the parameters of power level that I'm willing to accept. So it's just below the range of what I want. River Serpent is... well, maybe. Let's see if it can't make amends and make it into the cube. Great. Slave Driver, I'm hard pressed to find a place for this one. Parasitic Strix. I feel like that's named after some band. There's no way anyone would possibly know that I'm referring to INXS. I don't even know why I have that connection in my brain. That doesn't even make sense. Do I have a Travelers Amulet before? Yeah, I do have a Travelers Amulet. I wonder which printing it is. Oh. Just go over that. It's the... what was that block called with the enchantments? What is wrong with me? My stupid brain is worthless. Alright. Maybe pile. Let's see what we got here. Khenra Eternal is always something that I'm going to be looking to draft. Did I add you? Just add. Okay. So frustrating. Okay. Frontline Devastator should have immunity, should have protection from plants. Am I right? Shimmering Grotto is great if you're cooking up a stew of a draft deck. Mountain is not on the list, but it's going to get in its place. Soul Stinger is just makes my heart sing. And Supernatural Stamina. Doesn't even make sense. Like, why would a ghost need stamina? They're dead. Wasteland Scorpion should, I don't know, have protection from wastes. Not that they do anything. Talon Trooper sounds like a G.I. Joe character. And Stinging Shot. What is that? It's like American Idol, but a magic card. All right. All right, change set. What are these? Miss Trades and Victory Buys. Boom. Let's do a quick look. Oh, please save. Please save. I don't want to have to edit this again. So I'm up to... Stinging Shot. Looks like it did record that. All right. So I'm up to, in the card pool, we're at about 1,176 cards, which is a lot of cards. It's a lot of cards. What are we going to do right now? It's 1 in the morning. I gotta go to work tomorrow. Yeah, let's make some subs. Let me grab the cube. physics of this are not playing out in my favor. Because it's like I want to stand up, but I routed the cord under this thing, and it's not long enough. So, let's do maybe that. Oh, sugar. Step 1, don't knock your computer on the floor. Seems like a good step. And this, I can route that over here. That'll work. Hold on one second. Am I back? I better be. Oh no, what did I just do? Well, or I can just do this, dum-dum. Just put it... What if I put it over the camera so that you can't see it? Genius. Cool. Alright. So you're for sure running. Alright, multicolored, black. You count as multicolored, black. Green. Most of these are going to be green. Let's have some self-respect here and try to do this in Gutenberg order. Green, everything else. All right. Got there. All right. Now I'm going to get the cube. Looks like some of these things I was kind of lazy about, and they didn't. Ooh, Desert of the True. Welding Sparks. Definitely have 2 of those now. Fantastic. There's a bunch of cards that I must have recently acquired, but they didn't really make it in. Is Desert of the True on the list? I feel like it's not. No, it is. I put it on. Alright. I gotta get all the deserts, man. They're too cool and they're too good. Welding Sparks. I have 2 tidy conclusions. Great. Man, I gotta stop buying cards I already own. It's just embarrassing. Here's all the multicolored stuff. Not multicolored. Well, there's a lot of these are actually. Do not buy out the Sojourners. I really should have done that. And some of the Apprentices. Ugh. These are cards I'm not running. Oh, getting jacked up too by being bent. I don't like it. I gotta take better care of these things. Look at that. Ugh. Who's the Wave Skimmer Avon, dude? Act together, man. Get so close to the water. You're absorbing moisture. Alright. This is the actual cube. Man, this is not particularly well balanced. I gotta say, man, this never happened to me on the actual one. Alright, I know what to do. Put a little clip on there to try to keep it from falling. Lands, white, blue, red, green, multicolored, and colorless, and lands, special lands. And let's just start with white, I guess. Well, maybe I should start with multicolored stuff, actually. That usually ends up being kind of, in some ways, the most important cards to deal with. Yeah, let me do this while I have the most energy. Okay. So I can't sort this stuff out now. What? Is this just green? Did I grab the wrong pile? No, I must have grabbed the wrong pile. This is green with the travel prep on top. Whoops. Alright. Fixing that. Alright, put the green cards back. It's colorless, and so this... Oh, here are the multicolored. All right. And there are the lands. Okay, I had a little bit confused. All right. White, green, black, red, red, green, black, red, red, green, red, black, green, black, green, black. Red, blue, black, blue, black. Blue, blue. I forgot what the deal is with you guys. Come back to you. That's just straight red. My back brigade is super multicolored. White, blue, white, black, green, black, green, black, green, blue, white, red, green, red, white, blue, white. White, black, white, black, white, black. Red, green, blue, red, red, white, red, white, black, red, black, red, blue, black, blue, black, green, white, green, white, blue, red, blue, green, green, red, crazy multicolored, multicolored, blue, green, multicolored. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The morphs are safe. So what's going on here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I think we're shooting at 6. Maybe some of these guys are pulling double duty. Because I couldn't fill it out. Is that what it was? Maybe. Maybe there were cards that ended up back in with everything else. And were actually supposed to be off color, but weren't. Well, who do I actually have here who's off color? Because maybe I can just force it. I'm just not worried about it. Alright. So, actual multicolored cards that I'm trying to find a home for are these folks. Land, vehicle, you, land, you. Okay. Right, so everybody else, you just chill for a bit. Alright. So, you Dragonauts, these are all pretty high. Valid peasants. Alright. Yeah. Rally the Righteous is out. Rally the Peasants is... That's funny. That's a... Ugh. How do we mark this? This would be such a pain. Alright, we're just going to come back to this. This is too hard. So I do everything else. Try to pick out some of the other cards that are probably missing. Nope, I'm changing my mind again. Changing my mind. We can do this for some of them. Just because I can't get everything, I'm just gonna make multiple rounds of updates. It'll be fine. All right. Some of these are easy. All right, Rally the Peasants for Rally the Righteous. Momentary Blink for either Thistledown Duo or Vindalkin Outlier. Anybody else on that train? Oh, both of you bros are out. Good news. Talon Trooper and Momentary Blink for Vindalkin Outlander. Right, I think I'd rather have a Talon Trooper than you, unless I go back to the Artifact Synergies thing. Protecting from red is such a hoser too. 2/3 flying for 2/2 artifact protection from red. Yeah, I'd rather have that. Then I'd rather have this than that. So yeah, I think we're good. Alright, so those are subs that we're making. Alright. And White Call the Conclave. What can we take out for you? Alright. Nope. These are just too good. Too good. Definitely not coming out. So it's creatures usual get +1/+1 until end of turn, or destroy target artifact or enchantment. This is interesting to me. This is less interesting. It's also not really the strat that's going for, and I think I have some other stuff that's going to come in and replace it. So, well, but it's so pretty! It is so pretty. Alright, I like this. That's happening. Alright. The Dragonauts is a must add. This is easy. Since Backlash I never even cared about. That was just filler. Ooh, this is tough. Tidehollow Strix versus Parasitic Strix. The art on this is, gotta say, not my fave. Try to keep the cord out of the way. Why didn't anyone tell me? Soul Manipulation. Zombie Outlander. Yeah, Zombie Outlander, you're just in here as filler, dude. What? Chemist's Trick? Alright. You guys... I don't know where to go. Alright, so I think... Yeah, that's a good card. Alright. Hang tight over here, folks. Alright, so I think what we're going to say is 2/2 unblockable versus yeah, the whole point is like it's trying to be like this self-mill thing. Right? Well, none of these really help with that. Well, this does. Forbidden Alchemy is perfect for that. Holy shit. It's gotta go in. Sorry. Try not to cuss. Yeah, this is perfect in a delve deck. This is just bananas. Like, you're just gonna be like, dig for Treasure Cruise and then just cast it the next turn. That's bananas. Alright. Yeah, I like these subs. These are good subs. 10 out of 10. What else we got? Right. Gift of Orzhova is going to be a little harder. Tithe Drinker, Pillory, and Kingpin's Pet are all fantastic. There's other cards that are missing, so we're going to have to find what they are and do the swap then. But I really want to put this in. Then Burning Tree Emissary. Let's see what we can pull up for that. No, I mean, this is like a monster strat. That is a monster. That's such value. Is a monster. Maybe you. Maybe you. Maybe Wild Hunger here? Kurt Ape is just so iconic. Maybe Gorger Worm? I mean, I love the idea of Devour, but is it just too risky a mechanic? The removal's too good. I can't risk it. Yeah, I think Burning Tree Emissary is better. It potentially enables red to get some like crazy explosive starts. Alright. You have to come back on the gifts. Alright. What are you guys doing? You're just bumming around being weirdos. Right, what are you supposed to be supporting? Maybe? Maybe you're filling out that? In which case I would just say, I'll keep the Death Cult Road forever you. Whatever. I can't figure all this stuff out right now. I mean, I guess I can. It's not like anyone's actually watching and caring about what I'm doing. Some semblance of it. got like 20 minutes left in me. I can't do this past 2, it'll kill me. I've got Unknown Shores. I guess I leave that in over Shimmering Grotto because otherwise I'm just making subs to make subs. Yeah, I just don't have the space for it. Yep. Right. Artifacts we can come up with something good on though. I think these lands just get postponed for now. Alright. So Leonin Bola and Sky Skiff are the high ones. I want to put in Mobile Garrisons. A strong maybe here. Sickle Slicers possibly coming out. You are basically a red card. Wayfarer's Bauble is solid. It's a little bit of acceleration. Living Weapon. Pretty Travelers on it. Prophetic Prism is so good. That's for sure standing. Express. That's so good. Yeah, Bola for Scimitar. Seems like I'm making that trade any day, right? Yeah. That's good. Alright. Yeah. Oh, such a funny card. Wait, Invisible Animals. I like this. You I don't care about. Alright. So that seems good, right? Sky Skiff for Millennial Gargoyle. Millennials ruin everything, right? And Accomplished Automaton is 7-drop 5/7. Whereas Mobile Garrison is just more interesting to me as a card. I haven't even finished looking at these. I would have thought there was a freaking trap. I don't even know why that's in there. This is where I thought that's why. Try this. We'll swap Accomplished Mobile Garrison for Accomplished Automaton. I think vehicles are just too much fun not to run. You just play nice with, combat tricks. You can't cast those on an artifact. And this was kind of getting bummed around as like a maybe maps a maybe. You're a maybe. Go the extra mile. So part of me actually kind of likes Accomplished. This is only if I really start having artifact payoffs. It doesn't. You can't just run that by itself. Destroy target permanent. It's kind of funny though. Common. Renegade map. Like renegade map. We're currently pending exclusion. Alright, so Terrarian. No, I like Terrarian too much. That would be the that's pretty similar. Maybe just pull something else out. Maybe this. Fixing and the bauble. No, fixing is good. And that. Yeah, I don't. That's an interesting question. Renegade map or Traveler's Amulet? I wonder what the internet has to say about that. Nah. We're sticking with Travelers. Travelers is staying. Renegade map out for the time being. And you guys are for sure. No, I gotta move on, man. I can't be done with this all the time. I'm staying. Alright, switching over to, alright. Let's take a moment to register what we've picked out so far. No, I'm going to do this at the end. I'm going to do this at the end. I'm going to do this at the end. hanging out with us from white. Stuff I really want to put in. Okay. Core, rook, missionary. Alright. Should be doable. Palace Guard, so I can use a swap for something. Alright. Desperate Sentry I like, Vessel, Ephemeral I like these guys. From Island, 3rd Century, it's too much fun. Alright, make that swap, maybe? Living Rings too good, too fun. Too good. Maybe Supply Line Creams. Nope. Nope. God Shift. Armancer. Nope. 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 Yes, you're a candidate. Such a broken card. Maybe Celestial Flare? No. Yeah, you're out. Alright. You are technically a black-white card. For my purposes. You don't do it a lot. Alright. So what are we looking at here? There's only half the cards. Maybe. I think that's a high mana cost for that. Don't think I have enough soldiers to warrant this soldier. I've got a couple. No, you're not white. You're not about. Yeah. All right. So swapping this for this seems great. You guys go over there. And alright, Sandcrafter Mage for Glint Slave Artisan seems easy. That's an easy sub. Dawnfeather Eagle. Coral Hookmaster still needs home. Needs a home. Look at that. Not even screwing up my curve here. I like it. Or this. First strike. Combat Trick's better. Yeah, I think I gotta pull a 5-drop here. Can't have too many 5-drops. Yeah, I think it's the supply line cranes here. So we can have a 3-5, 3-3 flying and vigilant. Or Dawn Feather, yeah, you do something. So make that. No, I think Ghostly Sentinel comes out because it's just. But I'd rather have Vigilance or pumping my team. I think the answer is pumping my team. Because that's abusable with flash effects. And go wide strategies. So yeah, you're much more synergistic. Fantastic. You just don't do enough. I mean, I don't want to be blocking. I appreciate that you've got like an interesting ability though. I just think you're not doing what I want. I think this could come out. There's got to be something better than that. I think white. Alright, let's see what else we have. Maybe there's just something else that comes in here too. I really don't like Divine Verdict. Eyes in the Sky? Caught in the Brights. Color Pioneer. Dutiful Servant. No, not Dutiful Servant. That's terrible. Yeah, okay. I like that. Is this better? I like Caught in the Brights better than that. It costs one less. Where's that duder? Did he have first strike? Yeah, damn Griffin. Was it just a 3-2 flying for 4? Or does it have first strike? I think it has first strike. It's gotta have first strike, right? That's a house. I like that card. Salt Griffin. No! Salt Griffin, you are getting outed for Propeller Pioneer because Propeller Pioneer can come in as a 3-2 with flying, or make a 1-1, which is better. Okay, we're making some subs, guys. Fantastic. like it. I like it. Strict updates here. Yeah, this is good stuff. These are good subs, guys. Good job. We're making good choices. Making good choices. All right. These are all subs that are happening. My cube is getting so good. And I like the fact that this is an enchantment. It can be brought back by stuff. So I feel like there's other stuff that would work there too. But not the silliness of enchantments, but whatever. Lands. What a bummer. Where are all the other? Man, all those white cards kind of ended up making it in. Didn't expect that, did we? Bummer. I need to revisit some of this stuff. Why do I not have an eyes on this guy? Yeah, I already own. Oh, wait. I just entered that. Let me sit down some. Blurb, blurb, blurb. Oh, man, am I bleeding? I got blood on my cards. That's not good. Oh, and it's 2. So good job, me. You got through white in 20 minutes. These other ones we want to do a lot faster. So if Ether trade wins, And Torch Drake is technically a blue. Oh, bugger. Right. I feel like so that was just that was like a Alright, so we've got the full suite of Appeal from Reality, Displace, and Trade Winds. Alright, so up to 2 target creatures you control, then return those cards to the battlefield under the owner's control. Return target creature you control, target creature you don't control to their owner's hands, and permanent target permanent you don't. So this is creatures and that's permanents. And this is 2 target creature, up to 2 target creatures you control. This place is 2 target creatures you control. This is up to 2 target artifacts, creatures, and or lands you control. So Ghostly Flicker is straight up upgrade on Displace. It's got to be, right? I mean, it requires 2 targets, but yeah. All right, so that's that swap. That's easy. Or multicolor card. Omen Speaker and Fogwalker. I like Skulk. It was such a utilized mechanic. Maybe Water comes out. I already have Ingenious Scab. I like both. This is out. Like I've only got the. So who's going in for Thieving Sprites? What do you got? What do we got? What do we got? Each player discards 3 cards, maybe.